So he walked over. He was going to do his duty, and his father's pushing him towards Cheryl to say goodbye, and she's going, "Oh no, don't kiss this old woman. I don't want to kiss her. A scraggly little little boy."
A scraggly
and he thought that
boy?
was really funny.
That is funny.
So he was trying to walk past me, and I said, "But I am different." And I snatched him up, and I said, "I like hugs and kisses." So I grabbed onto him, and I smooched all over him, and then I said, "There, so there." And he was smiling about that. You know, he knew. He knew. So
he knew we were just playing with him.
He knew we were playing.
Just playing with him.
Getting to be a teenager, God, how you hate them.
Well, how old is he?
They're 11.
Well, he's not very big, though.
It's easy. I know he's not. It's easy to remember because
Nutrition.
they were born in 2000.
But how could he be that small? Because Rodney's not small.
Because they don't, well, don't get me started.
Mother thinks that they're stunted because they were never fed correctly.
Oh, Joseph is not
But look at
stunted.
Joseph.
He's just
They
what
were
he should
fed
be.
the same. They were fed the same. The
Yeah,
problem
but
is,
Joe ate. Tom didn't.
well, the problem is
That's what
Thomas
happened,
has an
apparently.
eating disorder-ish type thing where he is not tolerant of a lot of gluten. And if you think of whatever's in food that contains wheat or wheat product, that's an awful lot of stuff. So there was a whole lot of stuff that didn't agree with him. That gave him bowel problems.
Oh, yeah?
That culminated in him. One day, I'll never forget, she had to go to school because he had this massive BM in his pants class. He had messed himself, you know, and when
Poor
she finally
kid.
got him cleaned out,
Poor baby.
when they straightened out his bowels, which took a lot of time and effort, he became a little leery of everything that was around him that would cause this issue, you know.
I
in his
remember him
bowels.
saying on his plate,
I can't eat this.
I don't know whether to eat that or that.
Right.
He was talking about one string bean.
Or one pickle.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I don't know which one to eat. And then it turned into
I won't eat
a
anything.
power struggle
Right.
between him and his folks. So
So they've created an eating
they have
situation.
created a problem.
Look, he's going to need some remediation to get over that and to get around it, truly.
Yeah. That's why they go down to Hopkins.
I know.
And they saw that down there. Last time they went down there, they saw his
That was relatively recent.
stubbornness to fight. He's halfway to anorexia, and that's almost so unheard of in a boy, a little boy. It's a girl thing, actually.
That is true, yeah.
He wanted another piece of your chocolate cake, but they wouldn't wrap it up for him to take it home.
Oh, I would have.
Yeah.
Because Joseph didn't. Thomas had chocolate cake for, you know,
Yeah, but
celebrating, but Joseph didn't. So he came in and got some, and he could have had it. I'll make another one. That's
I
easy.
would certainly have sent him home a piece of cake.
The way it goes. It's all right. He's not starved. Look, he doesn't look like Biafra. He doesn't.
He looked like Appalachia. That's what he looks like.
Can we talk about a lighter subject, a happier subject?
He's recording everything for posterity. So
Right,
sit
and
around
I'd rather have something light
Why don't
and
we
happy.
not record?
No,
You're
we can.
supposed to tell people when you do that.
You know that's against the law. We could have you
Oh,
arrested.
jeez.
I'm
I'm suing.
here who'll do it too.
I'm suing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's suing.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Everybody agrees to that.
Oh, gee. He's an undercover cop.
Undercover. Oh, did I ever tell you about this story about the Secret Service? My favorite Secret Service story. Well, I told you the time. Remember, I told you the time about the time he almost got shot, and then I told you it only happened that one time, and you said it only happened once. Yeah.
It only happened once. I was
Yeah, but-
shot once, maybe.
Well, he was going to shoot me, but he thought better of it.
Why?
Because he was in the wrong
He
place
was,
at the wrong
no,
time.
I was in the right place as far as I was concerned.
Oh.
I was in the wrong
Makes
place
it
as
right
far
for
as
getting shot dead, huh?
I was in the wrong place as far as he was concerned.
Right. He's a Secret Service. He's got the gun. It doesn't matter what you
Right.
thought.
Yeah, what you think does not count.
Well, what happened was,
I could see the headlines now.
yeah, I know,
Smith,
I know,
shot by Secret Service, was in the wrong place.
yeah.
John Smith's story was he didn't think he was.
Well, I wouldn't have a chance to tell my story. No, what happened was, what happened, this was early on before I knew all the little rules and
Always had
interests.
this problem.
This was before you want to let me finish my story? This was before I knew all the little intricacies of the situation.
Why do you use them big words? I can't hardly keep up with you.
You know intricacies, Dad. Don't play.
At any rate, they told everybody, they said everybody would remain seated while Mr. Carter and his company leave. That's what they said.
Okay, so did we?
Of course not.
Well then,
Because
what the hell did
because
That's not an intricacy. That's a rule.
okay, well I didn't know it was a rule. I thought it was just a courtesy.
no.
Well, at any rate, I, who had already been stalking around backstage anyway, and the guy had met me earlier.
What you done been shot
It's
all
not like
the
you're
time
best
again.
friends
But
because you run into
just
them.
listen. Anyway, I thought, this is what I think. If they tell you to stay in your chair, and you do, that's a bad attitude. In other words,
Why?
that attitude
Whose
says
attitude?
my attitude.
Why?
Because if I stay in my chair, that says I don't care enough about the photos. I'm not.
You're,
And
now
if you
you're being
can't follow
ridiculous.
the rules, that says you
Wait,
are
Mother,
stupid.
can you let me finish?
Yeah, you're-
Anyway, I'm thinking it was again. I learned better after this, but what happened was.
thought you would have known better before.
No, I was trying to get my photos. I didn't have a gun. I wasn't there to shoot him. I figured that was self-evident.
Shannon, he's a whole new book.
Anyway, I thought I was there. Can I finish my story? This wasn't even the story I was going to tell. Anyway, so I get out the door. I get the door,
What was
and
the story you were going to tell?
no, it's another story. When I get to the door, I open the
Is this
door.
the door in the first story? Or
No,
the
this is
second
the first story. So I get to the door, and the guy opens the door.
Did he say, I recognize you?
Something like that. As a matter of fact, he said he opens.
Stalker!
He looked at me and he said, "So we meet again." And I looked at him and I thought, it didn't seem like no menace to me. But since he remembered meeting me, I had barely remembered meeting him. I didn't care that much. But I nodded to him. And, oh, it's nice to see you again too. And then I went to go past him. Well, of course, at the time I didn't realize he was standing in the door to keep me from going past him. So, so when I went to, so no, I didn't catch that. So when I went to go past him, I can't describe this with this in my hand. Here, hold this on me, and I'll show you what he did. When I went to go past him, as he was standing in the door, he went like this, just like this. He was reaching for a gun or something. He was just reaching. He was trying to get his gun real fast, but then he couldn't. And then, like once I got past him, he couldn't figure out why I was. I was just trying to get past him. I wasn't getting past him and running. I was just
No
trying.
wonder you didn't get shot.
Well, he was going to shoot me, but I didn't run past him. I was just trying to ease my way past him. That's probably now if I ran or something. But anyway, they had a few little choice words to say to me, but I don't care. And then I saw him. I saw him after that. I saw him. He was, he's. You have to remember, he has his agenda. He has his little paranoia that he
It's
thinks.
not his agenda.
Well,
It's
whatever
not
it is,
agenda.
he-
It's
It's
not
orders his
paranoia.
bosses
Okay.
gave him.
Well, I'm
Right.
just saying. I was there. Let me
You
tell
hold it, I'm
He has
bored.
his agenda,
He has his job
and
to
I
do.
understand it's his job that he has to suspect everyone of being a murderer. I'm not a murderer, so I feel
But
like.
he doesn't know
What do I
that.
got to work? He doesn't, but that's not my fault, is it?
It's not his fault either.
Right? Dad, you got that backwards.
That's the way Susie gave it to me.
You got to look in there, make sure I'm in there. So anyway, I feel like I'm not guilty, but anyway.
You
the-
are.
Why am I guilty?
You didn't stay in your seat.
You didn't stay.
Or was that a different
You
story?
didn't
That's
do
the same
what you
thing.
were told.
I
The
didn't-
rules are for
And you know what?
everybody.
I didn't do what I was told because my seat was about 15 rows from the stage.
That's not their fault.
Okay, but I'm just saying I had to make up for it. So I was going to go out to the car and catch him as he was getting in the car. I wasn't going to kill him. So I was going to run out there and get him as he got in the car. Wouldn't that be smart?
Don't tell me about the things you do, John.
Anyway, I was a rookie. I didn't know what I was doing. Now, I'll tell you another thing. Now, this is a really good story. A lot
The
of
rules
people.
are for everybody.
Okay, I understand. Well, I understand. I didn't know it was a rule. I thought it was courtesy. Anyway, let me tell you what happened. I didn't do anything wrong this time. Well, I sort of did something wrong later. But at this point, I didn't do anything wrong. Now, what happened was, the proof is in the pudding. I did get these people. It's not like they got slipped through my fingers. I slipped through the Secret Service
You're in
fingers.
danger every time
Am
you
I right?
get out with this man.
I slipped through their fingers, and I have walls of photographs to prove that I was able to do this. All right. So anyway, let me tell you what happened. So we go there. We got these passes for Nelson Mandela passes. I didn't think that. I
This
didn't
isn't
think.
Carter? I thought
No,
you
this
said
is another
Carter.
story.
Oh.
I thought.
Was this before or after the other
I
story?
didn't know Nelson
was
Mandela
after.
came to this country.
Oh, yeah.
I photographed it. Come on.
I think he's wonderful.
Okay, so anyway, I go to get my pass. I was new at all this. It was 93. I didn't think I was going to get a pass. I had a plan for if I didn't get a pass. It was a whole other backup plan. But as it turned out, I got my pass. Well, this is good. So I go there, I get my pass. We're all coming into the shoot. We're all going to come in and do our shoot. And we're in the back of the room, which I don't like that either. But we're all in the back of the room on risers.
No, they don't let you get in
I know. Anyway, we're on the back of the room. Just hold on. We're in the back of the room on risers. Okay? And all of a sudden, this guy comes over. He comes over to me. Bald-headed man. No doubt a Secret Service. Marine. You know, a lot of the Secret Service are Marines. And he goes like this. He goes like this. He stares at me. And he keeps staring at me. And the guy's unnerving. It goes on for like 2 or 3, like 3, 4, it seemed like an hour, but I think it was 3 or 4 minutes. And he keeps staring at me and staring at me. I'm like, damn, what's the guy stop staring at me? And, and I'm just trying to busy myself doing whatever it is I'm doing, right? Well, after he finishes staring at me, he goes to the next guy, right next to me. And he stares at him. And this was all because when I was coming in, the guy had told, I forgot this part of the story. When I was coming in, the photographer said, we don't have magnetometers, for the metal detectors. They don't have metal detectors. And I said, well, we're in, we got passes. What difference does it make whether we got magnetometers, right? Well, that's the difference. Since they didn't have magnetometers we can go through, the alternative plan is to have the Secret Service man go to each of the photographers separately and stare at them. Okay? Now, do you know why they're staring at us?
Because if you were an alien, like goats, you would fall over.
They're staring. Come on now, let me tell them a story. Give us an educated guess.
Goats.
No, they're staring.
Wasn't that a good choice?
I didn't see that. No, they're staring at you because they want to unnerve you.
Oh, well, they won't get to you.
No. If you have a gun or a reason to be there that you're not supposed to be there.
This is my car. You can sit here. It's all right.
Am I right, Shannon?
Yeah, it's all right.
Shannon, you must know about this. They must have taught you this.
Yeah, that's why you stare at goats to make them fall
No,
over.
don't go to the gun. I'm telling you, they must have taught you this because they stared at us.
He isn't Secret Service.
If I had a gun, yeah, but he's in law enforcement. I'm sure they stare at you because if I had a gun, look, if I got a gun and I'm standing on the stage with a gun right there and you're staring at me, I know that you know that I got a gun. I'm going to reach for the gun. I'm going to grab the gun.
I wouldn't
try to
believe
hide
that.
the gun. Well,
I
that's what
wouldn't
they
believe
want you to do.
Well, that's option 2 if you don't faint like a goat. Then the option 2 is you have a gun.
At any rate, they're trying to unnerve you because if you're there for the wrong reason.
Option 3 is you offer them a bribe.
Yeah, I don't think that works either.
I'll give you a free picture. I'll take your picture and send it to you.
Yeah.
Oh, here, Mother, let me. Here, this is for you. Before I forget. That's to clean
What
your
is it?
thing. You can keep it. That's to clean that pot I gave you, the vase.
You get
That'll
this
take the
free-
goo right off. It's goo gone.
You
Some
get
of
this.
this.
No, you don't have that.
You
You have
I
that?
do have that. Thank you. I
Okay.
will
Did you
take
clean
it.
that little goo going off of that? There's a little spot there was a little spot on that milk glass. I
You get
gave
this free picture
Oh, I
and
did.
it gets a number under it.
I didn't even think.
Am I in there, Dad?
Fine.
You're the only one in it.
Okay.
We've kept the camera trained on you.
I appreciate that. Now,
Oh, your dad had the camera.
Now, I'll tell you what
Dad,
happened.
Sit aside. Turn it around.
Shannon has enough material for another book.
Yeah. Now I'll
Right
tell you.
there.
I'll tell you what
I'm
happened
sure.
in the rest of the
All
story.
right, we gotta
It's
make
a
it quick.
category that
'cause
does not
He's got to go to
exist.
Detroit.
He
tomorrow,
can't
he's
do
got
that,
gas.
Susie. He
Category
can't do
does
that.
not
All right.
exist.
All right. So let me tell you what happened then.
This is the first story.
No, this is the second story. We go.
Is there a guy with a gun in it?
Yeah, you missed the gun part.
And did they recognize you?
No, I didn't have a gun, but he was staring at me in case I did. See, that was
Trying to
the
make it faint.
jigs of the last story. Did y'all see that movie? I heard it was a dumb movie. Would y'all watched it?
No, but I've seen the fainting goats. It's actually a genetic anomaly.
It's been bred into them. It's
It is.
ridiculous.
It is.
It's either
It's
loud
beyond
noise or-
It's
ridiculous.
beyond ridiculous.
Loud noise or you stare at them real hard.
And then
They
you
just
stare
get
at
upset and
goats.
go, "Boom."
They do.
And somebody invested $1 million to make that movie, millions of dollars.
Shannon's got enough material for another book.
Anyway, let me tell you what happened after that.
Okay.
Just listen to him.
I'm trying to,
Shannon, take a book.
tell
Get
my
on
story.
with it. Let's
Yes,
move.
He has a book.
2 books.
Wow, she really does have 2 books.
One book is called The Habits of Highly Unsuccessful People.
Oh, I could help
Dad.
you with that.
Who are you looking at in your thing?
Must be you, Susie.
Here. We'll try
Anyway,
it.
after that, what
Huh?
happened was
Oh,
they
okay.
brought us in the back, right?
Oh,
They
sure,
said,
no
would you like to
problem.
go in the back with Nelson Mandela? The guy comes to me and says that.
Oh, boy, without
Oh,
Everybody's going in the back. Would you like to
Oh,
go in the
man,
back?
Just go in any McDonald's. He'll be
No, he
there
said, would you
sooner or
like to go in the
later.
back? I said, yeah, I'd like to go in the back. Sure, I would. right?
Sure.
So I'm going. He's escorting me back to the back. We're all going to go in the back with Nelson Mandela. So we get in there, right? They bring us all into the room. And here we all come into the room. We're all coming into the room. So as we're coming into the room, I'm listening. Now I can't see Nelson Mandela, but I can hear him. And I think he's down this long table. So I shoot around the table and come around just like this, and I'm just like this on top of him, just like this. And I'm shooting like this.
And they threw your ass out.
I had a tag already.
What a shock. What a shock.
Don't ruin the story. So anyway, I'm like this shooting the pictures, right? And then all of a sudden, after only a few pictures, there was a great unease in the room. Now another guy had also followed me, and he was asking Nelson Mandela and Kwasi Mfume to pose. They come around the table too. And then there was this great unease in the room. Like, what's the unease?
Oh, the force.
Well, guess what the unease was? Me and this guy. We were the unease. Because when I looked up, all the other photographers were way down the other end of this long table. They were all down there. So apparently they had been told before I got there, when you come in this room to stay in a certain area. Apparently. I was never told that.
You're a miracle walking.
But I was never told that. I was never told it. So I went in, got the picture, which I might add is a great photo because it's from 6 feet away. And and he gave me a nice little smile. It was very nice of him. And then the other guy had him to pose, but him and I, and then we just looked up like, oops, we're sorry,
You didn't see any guns pointing at you?
No, that's because I left. I left. But I'll tell you how those guys are. I'll tell you how trigger happy and crazy they are.
No, they're not trigger happy.
No, the Secret Service. Well, I'm just saying. I'm
Hey,
not.
look at Johnny.
No, I'm not.
I'm not. I
got nothing against him.
Picture, it says this strange man will do to
No,
you.
I got nothing. I have nothing against them. But I will tell you this. It's true. That's true. No, let me tell you. Will you just be quiet? I was standing on a chair in the back of the room. I was standing in the back of the room. This was right after that. I was in the back of the room, and my eyeglasses dropped. I had my lenses dropped out of my pocket while I was standing on the chair. And do you know what glass sounds like when it hits the ground? Just like bullets. They go ding, 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 ding. And as soon as those ding, ding, dings hit the ground, I had 3 guys looking at me right away. Because I had dropped these,
That's not what bullets sound like.
It's a ding, ding, ding. It's a metal sound. Glass sounds like metal.
Pally.
No.
Here, Johnny.
We'll take
If you ever get into
shavings.
politics, there's good poses in there.
Oh, they're good poses? I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're very dramatic when you're
Oh,
telling
thank you
your
very much.
story.